What's up, what's up? Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. Welcome on into the stream. Yeah, man, we need to get to the bottom of this. Yeah, what is today? Friday? Yeah, happy Friday, guys. Or no, it's Saturday. Yeah, dang. Get my days confused. Everything's like all merged together. But yeah, happy Saturday, guys. It's gonna be Saturday for another 20 minutes. But yeah, everything's all good. Feels good to be off. Feels good to be chilling and relaxing. Tasha and I, we had a relaxing day. Oh, shout out to New Zealand. Dang, you're already a day ahead of us. So I wasn't exactly sure what I was gonna stream tonight because I was in the mood to stream The Witcher since I've been playing that lately. I'll probably end up playing The Witcher after this stream. It's just this is something we need to discuss because I made the post on the channel earlier in the week, and so many people were debating and arguing in the comment section about who would win this free-for-all battle between the Hulk, Kratos, Batman, and Broly. And I know there are a bunch of unlikely characters, but that's the whole point when I post those polls. I like to try to get as many unlikely fighters or characters all in the same place, and then ask you guys who would win these battles. And I'll let you guys leave your rationale in the comment section. So. And surprisingly, overwhelmingly, with the majority of polls that I make, Kratos always wins. And so we always keep him in there as a staple and then ask, well, who could defeat Kratos? So I'm not sure if I want to jump into the discussion just yet, because normally when I'm chilling out on Saturday night, I like to check out game trailers for games that I'm not too familiar with or games that have flown by my radar. So there was something that I did see for Devil May Cry, and I was kind of curious about that. So I did want to check that out really quick, as well as the season 2024 trailer for League of Legends, because I did do a reaction to it with my wife, and there were some things that somebody said was in there that I completely missed. So I did want to check that out again really quick, and then we'll go ahead and we'll jump into this debate. So let me see. Let me go ahead and bring this down. All right, let me check this out. And we're gonna break it down how this thing is gonna work, because we need to find out who would win between all of those characters. But let's go ahead and check this out really quick.
Tomorrow is a hope, never a promise.
You said Hulk stomps Kratos? But we're about to find out. So I think initially when I was reacting to this trailer, I wasn't sure who this character was, but then I believe it's Tryndamere. Let me know if you're a League of Legends fan. And I know that's Kayle and Morgana. And they're fighting Aatrox. Alright, and so this was supposed to be like the past, because Morgana doesn't look like that anymore. she uses dark bind. Alright, so this one had me really confused because it's Yasuo, but he's older. I don't know who that is.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay, I see. I see. Oh, okay. I see. Because originally when I first seen this, I missed that part where it was Kindred's arrow had shot through the forest. Oh, because there was the wolf right there. Yeah, I completely missed this. So it was Kindred's arrow that shot through the forest because Kindred is like the Grim Reaper. So she was coming to claim his soul. And he blocked it. So it was like he was accepting his fate. And so that is trying to mirror because his sword, I didn't catch that the first time. And Kindred and the wolf, they were coming to claim him. Trying to mirror is kind of like Kratos. Yeah, they were trying to take him down. He was like, nope.
I'm still here.
So then Ash appears. That was too cool. Valhalla's already up. It's on members and patrons. All right, wow. So I there were a lot of things that I did catch this time around, and it makes sense. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna start streaming some League of Legends now, since watching this trailer, it kind of got me in the mood to play League of Legends. But let me know if you're a League fan or if you watch Arcane. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's on members and patrons now, but we're going to make it public next week on Monday. So just got to wait, what, one more day? All right, let's go ahead and get this cracking. We'll watch this Devil May Cry trailer in a minute because on my latest poll that I did, y'all were saying that Kratos, he scrubs Dante, and I've heard Dante was pretty powerful. But, so yeah. Let me see. Let me go ahead and bring this up. All right, so now I don't know the full extent of all of these characters' powers. I'm pretty familiar with the majority of them, but when I was reading the comments, you guys were really going in on great lengths for each character, talking about the Hulk, how the Hulk is the most powerful being in the Marvel universe because he killed the creator of the Marvel universe and absorbed his power. We were talking about Broly, a character who is able to destroy planets and universes and tear into multiverses. And then Batman. I put maximum prep time on Batman because every time I have discussions with people about Batman and how strong he is, people say, oh, well, Batman, he can defeat anyone as long as he has prep time. And so I don't know exactly what prep time is, aside from him having time to figure out how he's going to defeat his enemy. And then Kratos. So I've played mostly all the God of War games. The only one I've beaten was God of War 3. And then, of course, we did reactions to the whole series. So I have an understanding of Kratos' feats and his limitations. But people were saying that he's way stronger than what he appears to be in the game. And so I'm hoping you guys can help me out with that tonight. And so usually what we do when we have these kind of discussions or debates, I always have you guys make suggestions as far as a video detailing how strong some of these characters are. And sometimes when y'all tell me certain things about these characters, it's not adding up. It's not adding up to the things that I've seen. So, and I want you guys to help me understand that, because when they say things like Kratos can defeat entities that are multiversal, how he defeated death and now he's immortal, he can't die, and so that means that he can defeat anybody because they can't defeat him. It still doesn't make sense to me. And a lot of times I try to set my biases aside when I'm doing these debates. But y'all can leave your thoughts in the comment section. First of all, we'll start with this. I'm gonna do a poll, and y'all tell me in the chat who would win in a battle, a free-for-all battle between Hulk, Kratos, and Broly, and Batman. He said, look up Kratos death battles. I seen some of them, but the thing of it is that I'm not gonna go by somebody else's death battle. Maybe we might watch it tonight. Because the thing of it is, even if there's a death battle between two characters, this isn't like a free-for-all between all of these characters. We're talking about all of these characters on an island, and they have to fight to the death. Who's taking it? All right, so I did a poll. You guys can vote in the chat and let me know who your choices are, or you can tell me in the chat. All right, let me read some of these comments. You said the last two standing would be Hulk and Broly. Oh, snap. Why is that? Why would the Hulk and Broly be the last two people standing? To my understanding, they said that the angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he becomes. And so ultimately his strength is limitless because he continuously gets angry. Which, that doesn't make any sense to me. But I know some of these writers, they can be wild when they're creating these comic book characters. Like the character is literally as powerful as the writer wants them to be. He said there's a video that it shows how strong Kratos really is. I think we watched some of that last week, but still it doesn't add up from what I've seen in the game. And so when I tell you guys to give me an example showing this person's strength, showing their accomplishments or what they've done, then, you know, do that in the comment section. And I'll give you an example. Last week we were discussing who would win between, I believe it was Naruto, what's that other guy, Sephiroth, and somebody else, Majin Buu. And somebody was like, yeah, check it out, Majin Buu. There was a video of Majin Buu like blowing up the universe. There was another video of Sephiroth. He summoned a supernova, and the supernova blasted through planets and headed towards Earth. And they were like, there's no way Kratos could stop something like that. And then for Kratos' strength, they showed a video of him prying away the hands of Atlas, which Atlas is supposed to be the god that holds up the world. All right, let me see. You said there's no way you just add Batman to the list. Batman beat Superman. I added Batman to the list because they said that with enough prep time, Batman can defeat anyone. That's the lore with DC. Ask any DC fanboy comic book person up in the chat and they'll tell you. They said it. Batman has defeated some top tier characters. And that's because of prep time. So y'all tell me. And I mean, we already know that Hulk, he doesn't have a problem with defeating gods. Because there is a clip of him beating a god. Let me see, who did he fight? He fought Thor. And Loki.
God, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
All right, so Hulk, he can kill gods too. And then what? Batman, he beat Superman with the suit, which is odd because apparently Superman's like super strong. So y'all tell me. He said, come on, T. Batman had that green rock without Superman. He would cook them. Yeah, I believe you. I believe you 100%. Because to me, Batman is a regular human. His only superpower is that he has money. So, you know, to say that he literally could go toe to toe with Superman, that's bullshit. So right off the bat, between all three of these characters and Batman, Batman is going to be the first to go. Even with prep time, I don't care. He could build whatever kind of suit. He's not taking down the Hulk. He's not taking down Broly or Kratos. You said, I don't know, because when it comes to the Hulk, he's known to get stronger and stronger the more he gets angry, so it's hard to measure his strength. I agree. And I do think that's an odd power to have. But because of that, you have to look at Broly. because Broly has the same type of power. Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, apparently he gets more angry, or he gets stronger the more angry he gets. But I thought the way they executed that in the Dragon Balls, and I thought how they executed it originally in Dragon Ball Z with the movies, it was done better than Super, because Super didn't make any sense for the fact that he was just able to appear on the planet and go toe to toe with Vegeta.
My son.
Like, he was literally able to go toe to toe with Vegeta and force him to go Super Saiyan and then into Super Saiyan God. And so my thing is that if you're a Dragon Ball fan, then you've seen what Goku and Vegeta had to go through throughout the years, who all they had to fight in order to get to where they are. And so just to have this random Saiyan come who is training on Vampa, on a random planet, and become as strong as they are, that was bullshit. You said he made like work of Frieza? Absolutely. So my thing is that going off of what I've seen from between Kratos, Broly, and the Hulk, I don't know if Kratos could stand up to at least Broly. What character in the God of War matches someone of similar power as Broly and Hulk? Because, I mean, look at this. Hold on. Let me see. Where is this? Alright, dude got so mad that he shot a laser beam out his mouth and it blew off a mountain. That's insane. Even for a character in God of War. Like, oh my God. Like, he blew off the whole mountain. You said Baldur? Baldur wasn't blowing up mountains like that. Let me see.
My home.
You are going to have to kill me for that to happen.
I warned you.
Finally.
You would not listen.
Like, he's like, he definitely didn't want to hit him. He looks back at Atreus and he's like, you would not listen.
Fine.
Oh,
My
hold
turn.
on. All right, let me take that back a second.
Fine. My turn.
I mean, he's strong. But the other thing is, like when I watched this fight, people were saying Kratos, he was holding back, and I do agree, he was definitely holding back because he was fighting in front of Atreus, and he really didn't want to hurt Baldur or murder him. But he still struggled with this fight. Like even at the end, in the last fight where he wasn't holding back, and the same with Thor, he still struggled in both of those battles. So you have a guy who just punched Kratos in the air, and then you have another guy who shot a fireball out his mouth and blew up a mountain. I don't know, y'all. And then there's Hulk. So for me, it would definitely come down to Hulk and Broly. And essentially, it would be who could get stronger or angrier first. You said, dude, watch an actual video about Kratos power scaling. All right, well, go ahead and link me. Yeah, well, that's what they said. Kratos was holding back the whole God of War 4 and 5 game. That's what it looked like. But why? Because even if you go to the last battle, let me see. All right, so at this point, Thor is a guy who, he's so strong, he can strike somebody back in time. Because just a few moments earlier, before this point, he hit the serpent and knocked him back in time. So he's getting ready to fight Kratos, and I think that this is probably the most pissed he's ever been, because he thought that Kratos was going to attack his daughter. So he was like, get away from my daughter. So you would think that, like, that would be the height of his power. Like, he would use all of his power in order to fight Kratos. Because casually, while he was fighting Jormungandr, he was able to hit him back in time. And so when he's fighting Kratos,
I am done with you and your son.
it's not like he hit Kratos back in time. But he's pissed, and Kratos knows he's pissed.
No more fucking games.
And he still struggled with this fight.
I'm allowed to kill you. We do not need to do this.
Yeah, well, Thor did kill Kratos. He killed him the first time.
Won't be enough.
I mean, this was a great fight. It was a great fight. But still, I mean, they're fighting in front of a cabin, punching each other. And Broly just blew up a mountain with a laser breath. So I'm sorry, y'all. To me, it looks like it's coming down to Hulk and Broly. And let me see. And judging from what I've seen with Broly, from the Dragon Ball Super game, movie, it looked like it would probably be Broly over Hulk. Let me see Hulk.
I'm not Asgardian.
Like the Nate, excuse my language, but Hulk just got scrubbed. Thanos punched him in the neck and boxed his ass. Matter of fact, after watching this, he picked him up and he threw him. All right, you take it back. All right, I take it back. Hulk is not, he's not even taking out Kratos. Oh man, that is wild. Thanos just boxed his ass. Oh man. Dang. Yeah. I don't even, judging from this, I don't even think Hulk is taking out Kratos. So, I guess to me, from what I've seen from these characters, it looks like Broly's taking it. Oh yeah, he kills kids too? Oh, he don't care. Oh man. You said Hulk didn't die though. Kratos has has died multiple times. Okay. True. But that's odd too, because with Kratos, when he dies, his soul goes to Hades and he can just walk right out. And so that's what happened last time. He died and then he went to Hades and he just escaped or got right out. I guess Dragon Ball is kind of the same way, because when they die, they go to heaven or hell. And didn't Goku, Goku had to be wished back, right? So in these games, I guess it's not impossible for people to escape death. You said Boo? Oh shit. Boo, yeah, he teleported to heaven. And I guess that's when you have multiversal power. You said people has rescued him from Hades the first time, the Gravedigger. The second time, Gaia, and the third time, Athena. Okay. So that's interesting too, because one of the things that they talk about is that the magic that exists in that land only exists in that land. But once you leave that land, you're bound by different rules. Because if that was the case, then when they killed Odin, or when Thor died, he should have went to Hades, but instead he just vaporized, he disappeared. So maybe now if Kratos dies because he's not in Greece, he'll disappear. Something else I was thinking about as well was that as powerful as he is, as powerful as Kratos is, why isn't he able to lift the curse that was brought on him by oh man, what was she she wasn't like a witch doctor or something. She was who was the woman that cursed Kratos? I can't think of the name. The Oracle. Yeah, he was cursed by just by an oracle. And so I don't understand why he isn't powerful enough now to lift that curse. All right, let's read some of these comments. You say you better hope Broly doesn't kill Atreus or he's dead. Well, just from what we've seen with Broly whooping Gohan's ass, he doesn't have a problem killing kids. Yeah, that'd be interesting. You said, can everyone get him to watch Divine video on Kratos power scaling?
Blades of chaos that can burn at a place where fire. Kratos is so strong that he's able to burn a primordial god's son who predates the universe itself and is the father of the cosmos. He can defeat Kronos, the god of time, whose birth alone created time throughout the infinite universe and is the father of Zeus. Poseidon can defeat Atlas, who can hold the entire infinite multiverse on his back, and this same Poseidon begs for his life in the face of Kratos, with Poseidon's death drowning the entire earth. Defeating the Sisters of Fate and gains the ability to time travel and goes back in time to kill Zeus. Can resist getting his soul taken by Hades, taking his weapons, and can now reap the souls of his enemies. Defeats Hercules, the god of strength, and even the sun god Helios, ripping off his head and using it as a weapon. His blades of chaos that can burn at a place where fire cannot exist. Kratos killed the primordial god of death, who waged war and death before time even existed. Gains the power of rage from Prometheus, amplifying his anger and hatred to the gods and sparking his Spartan rage. Kills Hermes and rips off his wings, with Hermes being so fast that he's able to dodge Helios's light that's stated to light up the infinite underworld, granting him infinite speed. But he's not fast enough to escape his fate. Fights against his father Zeus and kills both him and Gaia by impaling Zeus in Gaia's heart. Zeus releases the spirit from his body in his last attempt to kill the ghost of Sparta, flooding Kratos with the memories of his family, hoping to mentally defeat the god of war. But after years of pain and regret, Kratos is finally able to overcome himself, forcing Zeus's spirit back into his body, where Kratos beats the life out of Zeus. Athena appears to Kratos once again, but in a transcendent form, and reveals that when Kratos opened Pandora's box for the first time, he released all the evils and fears of the world into the gods of Olympus. However, something else was released. He released hope. Hope is what embodied Kratos and gave him the strength to get his revenge, and now he stands alone as the god of war, with nobody left to kill. Kratos impales himself with the blade of Olympus and falls over the mountain cliff. But it's not over. We see Kratos years later living in an entirely new mythology, the Norse mythology. It's almost as if they're next on the list to be erased from existence. However, Kratos has settled down.
Okay. So, Big Boss says, Hope Kratos is pretty much unstoppable. So, hope alone. Hope allows Kratos to be invulnerable to everything. It's his ultimate form. Okay.
Become peaceful, but he's still more powerful than ever as gods increase strength with age. But just like Kratos himself, his reputation can't seem to die as new enemies arise. Kratos is able to kill the god of light, with Baldur being able to knock out the world serpent with only 3 punches. Jormungandr is a giant snake who is implied within mythology to be so long that he can wrap around the entirety of the earth. In his battle with the god of thunder, the battle was so devastating that it was felt in all the 9 realms and even splintered the world tree. The world tree, or the Yggdrasil, is a tree that holds all of creation.
So, So I just watched this video of the feats of Kratos, especially with him destroying the Greek gods. And let me just ask you guys this in the chat. Do y'all think Broly could do the same thing? And I'm being real. I'm not even a Dragon Ball fanboy. I'm more of a Kratos fanboy than I am of Dragon Ball and Marvel. But I'm just keeping it real from what I've seen. Do you think, I think maybe Hulk would struggle with some of the Greek gods, but judging from what you've seen and what you know about the character of Broly, do you think he would struggle with the Greek gods from the God of War? And just be honest in the chat. Like, who do you think would give Broly a run for his money that is a Greek god? Meaning, like, if it was Broly in the God of War series, who would give him trouble? All right, let me see. He said, I'm sorry, hope, but when hope is used as a power scale, I'm like, that's the most cringe shit. Okay. Hope for the plot armor. All right, just no, Broly easily whipping them. The Greek gods killed the primordials. Look up God of War Ascension intro to see it. I've seen it. I've been playing God of War Ascension. But what I'm saying is that if Broly was in that position, knowing what you know about Broly's character and what all he's done, do you think that the Greek gods would give him trouble? Do you think he would be able to take out the primordials? Do you think he would be able to take out Zeus, Poseidon, Hermes, Helios? Would he be able to defeat the Sisters of Fate and time travel? You said Broly could easily win. So in the current and nearby state of affairs among these characters, it's definitely Broly who's the strongest and will surely survive, or surely win over every other. Okay. Hades will steal Broly's soul because Hades is unkillable. Kratos defeated him though. And what makes Hades unkillable? You said God himself would definitely win. DBZ characters are OP. Absolutely. When you look at it, all of these characters are OP in their respective state. Hulk is OP. When they talk about Hulk's strength is unlimited, the angrier he becomes, that's OP. Because it literally means that his strength is unlimited. And whenever Hulk is put in an adverse situation, the writers change his abilities to match the circumstance. Like they could say something like Hulk was fighting Thanos and Thanos flung him into outer space, but he didn't die because Hulk can breathe in outer space. And I could say that, could Kratos breathe in outer space? Because Broly could fly up and throw him into outer space, or I don't know, Goku teleport him to a different planet that he couldn't breathe on. And so maybe he can't die, but he would choke forever. All right, I'm just talking shit. You said, my bad. The Titans killed the primordials, not the Greek gods. Okay. You said some of y'all in the comment section are overhyping Broly. Not really. I didn't see anybody overhyping Broly. I mean, for the most part, I think people are kind of going off of what we've seen so far. I think in the video that I was showing, like, the dude shot a laser beam out of his mouth and it blew up a fucking mountain. I mean, he's done more than that, but I'm just using that alone. Like, I can't think of any God of War character that can blow up a mountain just by shooting a laser beam out of their mouth. I mean, like, he could blow up Mount Olympus, essentially. You said, can Broly kill the God of Death? Maybe. Let me see. Who is the God of Death? Thanatos? Because, all right, so let's also say this. Goku and Vegeta were both gods. They had obtained the power of godhood from training. So, God of Death. Kratos.
He took your brother when it should have been you. None of that matters now. Insignificant, Kratos.
Oh.
Your brother suffered because of you. Your fate lies in that.
Okay. He stabbed him. And he defeated the God of Death. And for me, what I've seen with all these games, it's just titles. He's the God of Death, but all he does is maybe manage the souls of the underworld. And that's his title. Doesn't necessarily make him like all powerful. Because he got stabbed and sliced up by the blades of chaos, and then he's dead. So I mean, where does he go when he dies? So watching this and then asking myself, could Broly defeat him? Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, maybe Hulk could defeat him too. So when you defeat the God of Death, does that make you immortal? Does that mean that you control life and death? All right, let's get back to some of these comments. Said Hades, Zeus could take him. I think the primordials too. If it's canon, Brawly, he's just not at that level. Remember, Kratos gets stronger by everything that's happened in the Norse saga. He is stronger by that. Okay. Kratos had ripped out Hades' soul just to kill him. Broly won't have that idea doing the same. No, I don't think Broly would have that idea. I don't think he's that intelligent. I think Broly would just fight his way through. The same as Hulk. They would probably go off of pure rage and strength. You said Broly is not the strongest Saiyan. No, he's not the strongest Saiyan, but he's the Saiyan that we're using in this example between the 4 characters that we had, which was Kratos, Broly, Batman, and Hulk. Said every god form, God of War universe is stronger than Broly, Batman, or Hulk. Don't underestimate them. I mean, we're not. That's why we're watching these videos and we're looking at like their feats and what they've done. But so far, I haven't seen it. Like, I think that these characters, they have powers that allows them to do amazing things, like manipulate water or lightning, and that they have titles as gods. But of course, you know, most of these characters, they're only as strong as the writers will allow them to be. Because certain things, when you look at the real context of these characters, it doesn't make any sense. Like, Helios is the sun god, and Kratos cut off his head. He didn't kill him, but essentially, if he was the sun, then there wouldn't be any daylight in the God of War universe. Yet there's still daylight. Or if he was the sun, then there wouldn't be light. Period. Not even in the Norse mythology. Because if Helios was the sun, we wouldn't have the sun. So, as I said, titles. He said Saiyans can't breathe in space. No, they can't. But they can throw people in space. Or shoot a ki blast into space. He said it took Goku and Vegeta to fuse to scratch Broly. Yeah, and that was in Super, which I think was incredibly overpowered. And I'm just going to say this. Dragon Ball Super is bullshit. Broly in Dragon Ball Super is bullshit. But even old school Broly from the original, which made a lot more sense than the newer Broly, I think that he's still stronger than Hulk and Kratos. And this is from what I've seen and what I know about these characters. And once again, I'm not a fanboy of any of these characters. Just keeping it real. Yes, exactly. We are going from what we've seen, not what is about to come or written in comics. We are deciding it on the current and past events. Exactly. So, are we talking about MCU Hulk or are we talking about comic book Hulk? I don't know, because with MCU Hulk is kind of a more realistic depiction of the Hulk's character, but the comic book Hulk is literally like whatever the artist, or I'm sorry, the writers. He's as strong as they want him to be, and they can just write him to adapt to any situation. And so for me, it's not real. I think a more realistic depiction was when he was fighting Thanos. He got his ass beat, and it made sense that his ego would be bruised to where he wouldn't want to transform anymore. To me, that was more realistic. And I think that that would be more on par with something that is in line with the God of War. Because with comic book Hulk, you can literally just say, well, Hulk gets infinite strength and he gets infinite anger. And if he gets mad enough, he can kill God, Satan, and he can fly. And he can tear through the multiverse. And I don't know, he can swallow planets. Because that's literally what they do in comic books. They're like, oh, well, Superman can't defeat an enemy. Well, we're just going to write that he develops a new power and now he can. Oh, Batman can't defeat Superman. Well, we're going to give him a magic suit with kryptonite on it. And when he punches Superman, Superman's going to die. When realistically, we know, like, we've seen the power of Superman. We've seen what this dude can do. Faster than a speeding bullet. He could stop a train. Punch mountains and shit. He could flick Batman in the chest and break all his bones. Yet, Batman is able to create a suit to take him out. Bullshit. Yeah, I understand. Comic book Hulk is a different story. And that's it, but that's also why we said that if it was between all these characters and Batman, Batman would be the first to go. No matter what suit or what special planning he has. The only way Batman would win by like maximum prep time or something, or even have a chance, is if he developed some kind of machine to summon Superman and the Justice League to help him out or something like that. Which, in the comic books, that's something that they would put in there. All right, you said their own mythology has their own sun. So everything in each mythology exists in its own plane. Okay, understandable. You said Broly is not stronger than the Hulk. No, he's not. There's no way he could be. Because in order for Hulk to be stronger than his opponent, the writers have to just write that he is. And that's it. So Hulk kind of wins on a technicality, because all the writers would have to do is say that Hulk is stronger than all the characters, and then they'll give him the powers to be stronger than those characters, and that's it. You said Kratos has the ability to go back in time and steal souls, make him his op in addition to combat. Yeah, I guess so. But Kratos, he got the ability to travel through time because he went to the Sisters of Fate and he defeated them. And so my thing is that that's not a power that the other characters couldn't obtain. I don't feel like that's a power that would be exclusive to him if the other combatants knew how to do that. Just like Kratos found out how he could do that, because I believe in the game somebody had told him, oh, you must see the Sisters of Fate and get them to do this and this and this. Well, maximum prep time Batman could essentially do the same thing. Go back in time and find out when Kratos was born and kill him. And kill Broly and kill the Hulk. So time travel isn't, I don't think time travel would really be something that you know, would essentially win in this argument. You said Batman could beat one or two of them depending on the suit. Nah. I don't think Batman's getting anybody in a suit. There's no suit on Earth that would be able to withstand the power of the Hulk or a guy who blows up a mountain with his breath. You said they wrote the Hulk to be the son of the most powerful character in the Marvel. That's how you know it's BS. Yeah. You said just look at Kierman's comics. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a bunch of comic lore stories on Hulk, but I mean, I haven't read the comics personally, but I've seen people just talk about, you know, his feats from the comic books. You said Kratos went back in time to the moment he dies. So there's two Kratos. So killing one Kratos in the past wouldn't work. Okay. Batman is a regular human. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we can watch that really quick. Oh, this was what I was going to talk about really quick, if I can find it.
We're so close to the end now.
So in the God of War 2018, he saw the prophecy of him dying. I just thought about this the other day. He saw the prophecy of him dying, and throughout all of God of War Ragnarok, he was worried. It was like he was worried about Atreus being alone. That doesn't sound like somebody who's truly immortal. Having fear of their own mortality, especially if somebody who can escape death or just claw their way out of Hades. You said it's because he wanted to die? Nah, he never wanted. I've never seen Kratos say he wanted to die. If anything, he wanted to live. He wanted to make sure his son was on the right path. So that was kind of odd to me, especially when people talking in the chat and they say, "Oh, he's immortal and he's this and this and this, and if he just dies, he'll come back." Yeah, the story he told Atreus about the man who wasn't ready for death. I think that if what y'all were saying about him destroying Thanatos and having the ability to control death, then he would see that prophecy and not fear it. Because then he would know himself that he controls whether he lives or dies, because he essentially would be the god of death. Yeah, help me understand. You said, like, for example, Black Panther, he can find a chemical that takes away his super abilities and beat him. He literally stood up to Darkseid. Who, Batman? Or Black Panther? Because Black Panther's not in the DC universe. You said back then Kratos wanted to die, but now he doesn't because he needs to be there for Atreus. I've never seen throughout the game. The only time I seen that Kratos wanted to die was in God of War 3. And the first one, where he jumped off the mountain because he was trying to get rid of the nightmares. And then in God of War 3, after he killed the gods and caused destruction on the world, he tried to kill himself. But in the newer games, in the Norse mythology, never seen him have that same kind of attitude of where he didn't want to be there. Throughout the whole series, he's wanted to be there for Atreus. And so to see his face and see his thoughts and his feelings and his emotions all throughout Ragnarok because of the prophecy, he had real fear. He had real fear that something was going to happen to him and that he was going to die and not be there. That, to me, that doesn't sound like the mindset of someone who's truly immortal. Mortal means long lived, doesn't always mean you can't die. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Many of the fans have stated in the comment section that he is mortal and that he can't die, and that part of him living forever is from his curse. And other people were saying that, well, if he gets destroyed or dies, he'll just come back. He'll come back from Hades, like he's always done. He said, I don't even think Kratos knows his true power. Probably not. Probably because he's never, if Kratos has untapped or untapped potential, untapped power that he doesn't know, that's because he's never faced an opponent that pushed him to that limit. Because even watching Ragnarok, I felt you guys when y'all were saying he was holding back, because I felt like he was holding back the whole series. Otherwise, he would have slaughtered Odin. You know, he would have slaughtered Odin and Thor at the same time. And so, while we were watching it and I was reacting, it did feel kind of odd that it was almost like it was Atreus' story and he was just playing along. If that makes any sense. I think one of the best scenes in the whole game was when Odin came into their house. And he was basically on some shit like, I don't give a fuck who you are. Get out of my house.
What was that?
Calm. I'd say the moment calls for calm. Yeah.
Like, this shit was, this was crazy. This is a great scene. You got Allfather and you got Thor, both in his house, and he wasn't scared or anything. And I feel like one of the main reasons why he wasn't scared was because he knew that he could take them. They weren't an issue for him. I think Odin's biggest feat was that he's highly intelligent and that he would be able to outsmart Kratos somehow. But in a fight, nah, Kratos was whooping that ass. He said there's a lot of misconceptions out there. I agree. He said all three of these characters have the ability to be physically stronger than they were before Batman does. Correct, Batman does not. So Batman would need to defeat all three down quick. And that's not going to happen. No matter what type of suit Batman develops. He said Batman on a random encounter with no suit or prep time would lose horribly. But if he has any one of them, he has a chance. I don't think so. Like I said, dude is a human. Batman is a human with with money. He's literally Elon Musk. He's like Elon Musk if he built, I don't know, a suit. Instead of having Tesla, he built a suit that could crush boulders and shit. He's not taking out the Hulk. He said, see, Batman holds back. He can ease. What is Batman's strongest feat? Is Batman's strongest feat defeating Superman? Or is there somebody more powerful than Superman that Batman has killed? Oh, well, you know what? Check it out. Let me put it like this. Batman instantly loses. Because he follows his code. And his code doesn't allow him to kill people. And it's like ironclad. So that's why he instantly loses. Can you imagine that? Batman fights Broly with the suit or whatever. Give Batman maximum prep time. Give him whatever the fuck he wants. And he fights and he defeats Broly. And then he says, you know what, Broly? I don't think you're that bad of a guy. I'm gonna let you slide this one time. And he lets him go. Now, we all know what happens with Saiyans. When a Saiyan goes through like a very hard, tough, or arduous battle, their powers multiply. I forget what they call it, but they come back stronger. So that's why Batman would lose. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna let you go. And we'll see how you feel in Arkham. Oh, good point. Lenny D says Batman's not beating anyone on this poll. Bane broke his back. Oh, man.
Oh, your money!
That's it. That's it right there.
Money! Money! Oh, your money!
Oh, man. All right, that's it. He broke his back over his knee. Let me see. This guy picks up a whole tank. Swirls it around and throws it. He threw it miles. Threw it miles away. He threw a tank miles away. Batman ain't surviving that. All right, but guys, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this stream. Ultimately, from our discussions, from what we were talking about, I'm gonna have to give it to Broly. That's just me. My opinion is my opinion alone. It doesn't mean that it's definitive or anything, but that's what I'm gonna have to give it to. We watched the videos on Kratos' his feats and how strong he is, and yes, he is strong, and yes, he has done some amazing things, but if given the circumstances, if Kratos was replaced with either one of those characters, whether it was Hulk or Broly, I think they would be able to do the same thing. Because you have to ask yourself, would Hulk be able to take down Zeus? Would he be able to take down Poseidon? Would Hulk be able to take down Hercules? Or Gaia? I think so, yes. Would Broly be able to do the same? Yes. You said if regular humans and DBZ can make a character as strong as Cell Max, Batman can find a way to make himself match a Super Saiyan. Ooh, that's an interesting point. Good point. That's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Although I didn't like that movie. I thought the movie was bullshit. Because of that. Because regular humans were able to make a being that was stronger than Majin Buu. Because Cell Max, he was able to take on like Beast Gohan and all the other shit. So essentially he had to be like the strongest character up until that point. So OTC, unfortunately I was getting ready to wrap up the stream, but that is a good point. So I guess now the argument depends on which universe these characters fight in. Because, as I made the statement before, if Kratos was in the universe of Dragon Ball Z, he would inherently have God Ki, which would have God power. And, all right. So now I'm changing my perspective. I'm changing my point of view. Because I feel like Broly would ultimately be the strongest character. And he would, given his feats, he would defeat every single one of these characters. I think he would demolish Kratos. He would slaughter Hulk. And he would slaughter Batman. But given if Kratos was in the Dragon Ball universe, because Kratos is smart. He's not like Hulk, where he's dumb. And like y'all said, he has hope. And we played the God of War games. The first thing Kratos would do is start looking for a way to defeat his opponent. He would have God Ki. He would find out about the Dragon Balls. That would be a God of War game right there. Kratos searching for the Dragon Balls. Because the only way he can defeat Broly is to make a wish from the dragon. Oh, OTC. You just won the chat. There we have it. All right, I give it to Kratos. Not from all the other bullshit y'all was talking about him being multiversal and how strong he is and all that other bullshit. But he would get there from his just straight up will and determination to find out how to defeat his opponent. What did he say? If there's a will, there's a way or something? Okay, I give you that. Because I feel like although Broly is stronger or strong as the Hulk, if the Hulk was in the Dragon Ball universe, he wouldn't go looking for the Dragon Balls. The Hulk would just start wailing on Broly until he either wins or loses. Now, on the other hand, if Batman was the same way, he would do the same thing. He would either build a robot that would be like strong like Cell Max, which would probably get destroyed by Broly, or he would go find Dragon Balls to wish he had the power to defeat him. Ooh. So now it might come down to Kratos and Batman. Interesting. Damn. OTC came up in here and changed the game. Holy Paladin, what's up? Yeah, but let's be real. Batman ain't doing shit. All right, so all this whole time, I thought that Broly was going to win this battle, but now, because of newly introduced information, I'm gonna have to give it to Kratos. We're not making up the rules. We're not making up rules. We're using logic. We're using logic, and we're using the information that we have about the characters and their behaviors and what they do and how they would interact. We've all played the God of War games. We've seen in each game, Kratos goes on some kind of quest. God of War essentially is Dragon Ball. Let me just put it like that. The God of War series is literally Dragon Ball. Each God of War game, you're going on a quest looking for specific types of artifacts or relics or something that's going to help Kratos defeat his enemy. And if it came down to him fighting Broly, it would be no different if Kratos went to the Dragon Ball universe. So there you have it. Kratos wins. Yeah. I'm sorry. And look, y'all heard me. Like 95% of the time in this discussion, I was already giving it to Broly. See. We're just going back to this. This alone made Broly win. This alone made Broly win against Kratos. Him blow over a mountain. But, given the circumstances, if Kratos went and he was in the DBZ universe, he would look for the Dragon Balls and find out a way how to defeat him. Let me see. And we're not making anything up. By the rules of Dragon Ball. It's right here. By the rules of Dragon Ball. If you come into the Dragon Ball universe and you're a god, you instantly have God Ki.
Looks like regular. I can't get a read on his power.
You have God Ki, which makes you like able to be able to fight a god. Because we seen what happened when Goku fought Beerus the first time. He couldn't touch him. And that was because Beerus said that he has God Ki. So there you have it. OTC, thank you for joining us tonight. You have officially won this discussion for us. But if you guys feel different, leave your comments down below in the comment section. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream so I can play The Witcher. So y'all can stay tuned for that. And yeah. But sorry guys. If y'all were thinking Kratos wasn't gonna get it, Kratos got it. And it makes sense. It makes sense. That's how it would go down. You said Kratos was immortal and now he's a god. He's a god killer. Come on, the Batman stuff is hard to believe. Yeah, Kratos, he was born a demigod because he was the son of Zeus. But I believe after he killed Ares, he obtained full godhood. That's what I read. So some people were debating on whether or not he was an actual god or demigod or immortal, but it is listed in his wiki that he has obtained full godhood. But that doesn't mean anything. It's just a title to me in the God of War universe. Now it does mean something in the Dragon Ball universe. Being a god is a big deal. He said, is Zeus a full god or no? I think Zeus is, yeah, Zeus is full god. Because above him is like the primordials or the titans or something. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play some Witcher. Y'all can stay tuned for that. But I'm going to end this stream right here. Thank y'all so very much for hanging out with me tonight. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and we're going to settle the debate for our latest poll, which was, let me see. Which was between, because y'all love Kratos. it was between Scarlet Witch, Dante from the Devil May Cry series, and Spawn. Completely different powers than Broly and Hulk, because the majority of these characters rely on magic. I'm not exactly sure how strong Dante is, but of course y'all said Kratos would defeat them all. But with Scarlet Witch, I know she's incredibly OP. Scarlet Witch is literally a reality warper. She's like the reality stone from Infinity Wars. Like, she can just say, wish, or do something, or speak it, and it happens. And so she literally could blink him from existence. As for Spawn, I know Spawn, he killed God, Satan, and their creator. So I don't know if Kratos is taking him out. But yeah, as for this battle, we're giving it to Kratos. So sorry, Hulk, Broly, and Batman. But guys, y'all have a good evening, and I'll see y'all later.